Good evening all. We were discussing about OTEC systems. We have seen different types of OTEC systems. In this session, we shall see another angle of classification, that is OTEC systems based on their location, and we shall see their characteristics also. So first of all, we shall see the land-based or near-shore facilities. They offer a number of advantages over those located in open ocean. They do not require sophisticated mooring, anchoring, and lengthy power cables, and compared with the open ocean systems. They require simple maintenance. The systems can be installed in sheltered areas to protect them from storms and weather conditions. Additionally, all products such as electricity, desalinated water, and cold water can be transmitted easily to the grid and water network. So this is the diagram of OTEC systems. This is the land. So warm seawater is collected from the top ocean surface. Then 1000-meter depth we are getting the cold water. So transmission cable you can see. If this power plant is located in open sea, this transmission cable will be very long, and the mooring, that is the anchoring, also should be done in such cases. Then another type of OTEC power plants are shelf-based systems. They can be mounted on a shelf at depths up to about 100 meters to avoid the turbulent wave zone and to be closer to the cold water resource. This type of plant can be fixed to the sea bottom, similar to the way used for offshore oil rigs. Because of the conditions encountered by operating an OTEC plant in deeper water and open ocean, the expenditure involved is bigger compared with land-based systems. There are also problems associated with the difficulties related to the delivery of the produced electricity and fresh water. In fact, depending on the distance of the plant from the shore, power delivery can require long underground cables, which make shelf-mounted plants less attractive. Then for floating OTEC plants, they are located offshore on special platforms, and although they can be used for large power systems, they present number of difficulties. For example, related to the fixing of the platform with cables to the seabed and the power delivery. These problems are similar to those presented by the shelf-mounted systems, whereas cables attached to the floating platforms are more prone to damage, especially during heavy storms. OTEC plants not only produce electricity, some configurations can also generate drinking water, like hybrid system. And this can improve their economics, particularly for small island communities that have little local fresh water availability. In addition, the cold water that the OTEC plant draws from the ocean depths is rich in nutrients, and this can be used to provide an environment for aquaculture. The combination of electricity generation, freshwater production, and aquaculture could make multi-purpose OTEC systems economically viable in future. Next topic is biofouling. Biofouling is the accumulation of microorganisms, plants, algae, or small animals on wetted surface causing structural or other functional deficiencies. Or it is the undesirable accumulation of biological matter on the surfaces of some submerged objects. There are over 4,000 marine species that have been identified as biofouling organisms. This can create a negative impact on the working of OTEC power plants. As cold water is collected from the deep part of the sea for condensation, biofouling may cause damage to the cold water pumping system. This is a photograph of biofouling. This is the foot valve of the pipe that is collecting cold water from 1000 meters below the sea. If such accumulation occurs inside this pipe, there may be blocks. So pumping may not be efficient and the power plant may have to shut down for removing all this. Since the biofouling can cause blocks in the inlet pipe, frequent faults may occur in the system. Clearing such blocks is a very tedious job as the length of the pipe goes to 1000 meters under the sea. Even a small accumulation results in reduction of cold water pumping. The overall performance of the OTC system will get reduced. In order to prevent this biofouling, anti-fouling techniques are used. Anti-fouling is the ability of specifically designed materials and coatings to remove or prevent biofouling by any number of organisms on wetted surface. Since biofouling can occur almost anywhere water is present, proper measures have to be taken in case of OTC systems to prevent it. Anti-fouling techniques. Biocides are chemical substances that deter the microorganisms responsible for biofouling. These chemical substances are incorporated into an anti-fouling surface coating to be applied on the surface comes in contact with seawater. Non-toxic anti-sticking coatings prevent attachment of microorganisms, thus avoid the use of biocides. That is the second method. These coatings are usually based on organic polymers. These coatings create a smooth surface which can prevent attachment of larger microorganisms. Then third method is energy methods. Pulsed laser irradiation is commonly used. It works by stunning or killing the organisms with microsecond duration, energizing the water with high voltage electricity. Then another method is there are several companies that offer alternatives to paint-based anti-fouling. Then using ultrasonic transducers mounted in or around the body subjected to the seawater. Similarly, another method shown to be effective against algae builders is to send high energy acoustic pulses down pipes. Next is site selection for OTEC systems. Accessibility to deep cold water. So there should be water available at around 5 degrees centigrade so that so as to maintain a temperature gradient of 20 degrees centigrade. Suitable location so as to maintain a temperature difference of 20 degrees centigrade between surface and at a distance of 1000 meters from the surface. Distance from the land for transportation of power and other products. So distance should be minimum so as to transport power, then fresh water, etc. to the land. Then low biofouling locations. Biofouling is a disadvantage. So locations with low biofouling is more suitable. Then conditions of the ocean for open sea plants. The turbulence of the sea should be minimum. Then mooring facility, proper mooring facility should be there in case of open sea plants. Then environmental considerations. The plant should not affect much on the environment. Then advantages of OTEC systems are it is renewable in nature, fuel is free in this case, it causes minimum environmental issues, it will not emit any pollutants, and it has got some useful byproducts such as desalinated fresh water and cold water supply. Then fertile water supply also is there. Disadvantages are it has got high capital investment. Then it is subjected to frequent faults mainly due to biofouling. Then it has got transportation problems. In order to construct the power plant, we have to transport all these materials to the offshore as well as in order to transport the power and byproducts. Power generated as well as the byproducts such as fresh water and cold water. Proper transportation system should be there. Then biofouling is one of the main disadvantages of OTC systems. So with this we finish fourth module and thank you for listening.